Hey everybody! I want to let you guys know that I finished dry brushing up the 50 guys first layer, and you know, like I said, one of the great things about you guys commenting and throwing out your answers on how you guys do stuff, you can positively affect other people, totally myself included. Somebody said, pardon me, when they go to paint up a figure, they'll paint one up completely before they commit themselves to go layer by layer by layer, and maybe having to backtrack if something doesn't turn out the way they like it to, which is the way I do it. I kind of get an idea in my mind of where I want it to go. I pick the colors I want to pick. I kind of see it in my mind's eye, and I just work it up layer by layer by layer, and you can get yourself into trouble, because if something doesn't look right, or clashes or whatever, you're kind of stuck up the river without a paddle. And somebody said that, you know, they paint up a whole figure first, make sure they like it, and then they run with it. And that's what I did today. So without further ado, I will show you my my paint scheme that I'm using for my Arachnid Warrior and the colors. Pardon me flying all over the place, but here is what my warrior bugs are going to look like. Now, again, there's no right or wrong. You can do it any way you want. Get some try and get the light in there. But that gives you kind of an overall angle of how it looks. And I'll go through my color scheme. Obviously, you guys know what flat black looks like. I'm going up with an old, I think it was a Delta Cream Coat color. It was called Storm Gray. I love this gray so much, I've actually had to make a can of it for me. I use it for everything. It's a fantastic first layer onto virtually anything. Really does a fantastic job. So that's my base coat that you'll see all of my bugs done up in. So this is the first two layers. This is a black complete undercoat with a gray, that storm gray dry brush overlay. Going on to the red, I utilize Delta Cream Coat Tom Tree Red. It's kind of a brick red. You want to go with kind of a dull, maybe even a brownish red, slightly brownish. This is more like a purplish red, which is fine. Whatever works for you. And then I traced in my highlights with an Americana primary red. And let me see if I can get it on it here. You see how I did it in red, and then I just did a red highlight line down the middle? It really picks it out and gives it a nice raised look. So that's three colors that I'm using so far. Then I went with a Delta Cream Coat in Empire Gold. Don't let that fool you. This is not like a flaked gold. This is just a yellow. Kind of a dullish yellow, which is particularly why I chose it. Another good color that you can kind of slip into is like the yellowish browns as your base color. Now, to show what I mean about backtracking and doing stuff wrong, I used as a highlight this custard cream Delta, and it was way too light. It was way too light. So what I did is I went back, I covered up that color back with my gold, and then I went kind of out of the yellows a little bit. Well, maybe not so much. And I used Americana Sand Sable as my highlight color. And it was a lot softer, but still striking enough that it gives a realistic highlight. And because the eyes are so recessed, I wanted to go with a lighter green to get the green eyes to come out. So, here, let me get my... By the way, that's from the movie Akira. Anybody out there that loves Japanese anime, and if you have not seen the movie Akira, you are so missing out. Old movie, extremely well done. Especially if you're into the sci-fi, you know, how do I say this? The psionics kind of stuff. Very incredibly cool. But anyways, I used this as the color for the eye because I wanted it to stand out. So that eye kind of stands out. If I would have gone with a duller green, it probably wouldn't have done that. So that is my bad boy. Now, my heavies. My heavies, I'm going to be running a normal warrior, but I'm going to be running it with an additional leg. So it's going to be 6 legs instead of 4 legs along the bottom. Makes for a very nasty looking Arachnid. You know, that looks mean. That looks terrifying to me, especially if I was a 25mm fig. I also didn't go really wild with the paint job here because I didn't want it to be overbearing on my heavies. My heavies I'm planning on actually using like some red and yellow tiger striping to really make it even more dynamic. So that's an update on my Arachnids, and so I will let you guys go. I don't know if I'll be doing a video tomorrow because we had to shoot out and do a family thing. But, you know, just so you guys have a clue. So, going into next week, it's going to be big building time. So, starting Wednesday. So, talk to you guys later. Love you. Bye-bye.